everyone, Julian here today. I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome disco house style music. We're going to be taking influence from every era of this, everything from Daft Punk to like Loods and Mall Grab, Dance System, that style of stuff. I've been listening to a ton of the first Daft Punk album lately, so I got super inspired for this. As always, you can get the full project file, samples, MIDI, presets, everything from this video that you just heard is available at the top of the description on my website. Definitely go grab that. Don't miss out. It's a really high quality template. There's something you can get to take your tracks to the next level today. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. Every little bit counts. And let's dive in. Alright, so we're at 124 BPM. We have a side chain up here. Just the kick where I've shortened it to like literally just this little click part. And we have the sample. Alright, so I'll show you the loop we started with. So it sounds nothing like this, but you can hear the pieces in there. So the way I'm doing this is it's a very particular type of chopping, where you take this and you're going to right click or double click on a Mac, slice to new MIDI track, and we're doing half notes. So you get these chops where it's like a kick and a snare, like a and we're creating phrases using that. That's how you do this. And what you do is like you'll get some moments where you jump from like, right? Like those are very far apart. But then here you can just follow like, right? And then see you're kind of playing into the original order of the sample and then chopping it again. So yeah, and then I've got this. So then it's going through a low pass filter which has an LFO on it. It's like a triangle LFO. And it's moving at half notes. So you're getting this like opening and closing. Right, you can really hear it when I bring up the amount and bring the frequency down. I didn't want it to be too noticeable, but it just adds some life to the sample. We got a little bit of drum bus, blended, high pass filter, a tiny bit of erosion to get that kind of like classic sampler sound, and then this is being sidechain. So then we have these stabs. So those are made with this. Right, I just grabbed, as you can hear, there's a bunch of those little like brass stabs in there. I just grabbed a bunch of those. Right, and then what's happening here is you have the main sample just going, and then this kind of pops in over that. Right, you can see how that just adds a little bit more groove to the pattern, and also kind of makes it feel a bit more like not just that one loop, right? And then we got a bit of echo on that. This is just a utility turning it up, and then a high pass filter. Then we have the lows. And this is the thing, right? Like everybody wants to know how to do the samples, how to chop them, how to get that like kind of old school vibe. None of the sampling or any of that is going to work unless you have like your drums and bass like this. Very solid, right? So we're going to show you. So I always start with the kick and the bass. Starting with the kick, we have this nice, it's just like a big fat 909. Right? Like smacks right through the mix. And you can also hear it's turned up pretty much the loudest too of anything. Then we have the bass line. So I'll put that up a few octaves. That's the MIDI, or that's the pattern. So we're in the key of F minor, and it's just using like, okay, so F, another F up here, right? Ninth, minor third, fourth. It's just sticking to that root note, ninth, third, and fourth. Just creating a pattern with that, right? And I wrote this along to the sample. I chopped the sample and then I wrote this to kind of follow. Like you hear that. See how it's all kind of fitting together there? So then for the sound, this is a pretty simple operator patch. We're using a sine wave with a bit of FM from some other oscillators to give it a bit more punch. You know, we're trying to get that more like kind of warm, almost live bass sound, but more like fat and synthetic. We got a little low pass on that. This is being sidechained, and then we're just cutting the super low end out of that you wouldn't even hear. We're also doing that on the whole low end group here. And then we have the percussion. Now, we have the main, starting with the main hi-hat. Right, so this is probably like the first drum you want to get done. We're just that layer, which is very punchy, with that 909 hi-hat. Right, then we have a clap. So right there, like, you know, this has to work before any of the other percussion can work. But then we have like a ride, and that's being sidechained. It creates a really nice groove. We have this like live percussion loop. Right, like some organic stuff in there. I also have this. It's like these two different shakers, and I put them into a drum rack and created a shaker pattern with that. You can hear what that adds. And then the last thing we have here is this acoustic open hi-hat. Right, just like a... At the end of every 4 bars, just giving it something organic. And there it is. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get this full project files, samples, MIDI, presets. The entire template is available on my website. Really, if you've been struggling or maybe just need some new inspiration or anywhere in between, this is something you can do right now to make the best music of your life today. I'm not kidding around. I've put a lot of time into studying these and really just trying to understand how this music works. And you can benefit from all that time that I put into making this template and just the countless years that I put into studying this to get to this point. So, enjoy. Samples at the top of the description. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. And I'll see you with another video soon.